Hello, hi, and welcome to all of my viewers. Now, today in this class, we are going to start our chapter number 2 on electrostatic, that is electrostatic force. And our contents are: first is Coulomb's law in scalar form. In this lecture, we are going to study deeply Coulomb's law in scalar form. Means first, what is the definition? Means what do you mean by Coulomb's law? Or what is Coulomb's law? Second one is its mathematical form. What is the mathematical representation of Coulomb's law? Third one is expression for Coulomb's law or Coulomb's force in vacuum, and finally expression for Coulomb's law or force in a medium. Okay, now I have to start with the definition part. What do you mean by Coulomb's law? So first, we have already studied in electric charge and particularly in properties of electric charge that like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. So when two like charges or two unlike charges are placed near each other, then they have a tendency that they will either attract each other or repel each other. That depends on whether they are dislike charges or like charges. So it means attract or repel means one charge is exerting force on another charge. Means if there will be two charged particles, then there will be a force which is acting between these two charges. This law is called as Coulomb's law. Means Coulomb's law simply describes the amount or the magnitude and direction of force which is acting between two charged particles. So first of all, what is Coulomb's law? Experimentally, Coulomb's found that the force of attraction or repulsion between two charged particles depends on the magnitude of the charges which are present on the two charges, the distance between the two charges, and the nature of the medium which is present between the two charges. So based on all these experiments, he stated that first one is definition. What do you mean by Coulomb's law? Its simplest definition is the force of attraction or repulsion between two point charges at rest is directly proportional to the product of the magnitude of their charges, and it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. It acts along the line joining the center of two charges, and it also depends on the nature of the medium between the two charges. This is called as Coulomb's law. So in short, we can say that according to Coulomb's law, the electrostatic force of attraction or repulsion between two point charges is directly proportional to the product of the magnitude of the two charges, and it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. It acts along the line joining the center of the two charges, and it depends on the nature of the medium between the two charges. So definition part is over. Now we have to move into mathematical form. How we can represent Coulomb's law in shortcut in mathematical form? So let us consider two objects A and B having charges Q1 and Q2 magnitude on them. That means charge on A is of magnitude Q1 and the magnitude of charge present on B is Q2. Let R be the distance between their centers, or R be the distance between the two charges. Then according to Coulomb's law, the electrostatic force of attraction or repulsion between two point charges at rest is directly proportional to the product of the magnitude of the two charges. F is directly proportional to Q1 into Q2. This is equation 1. Also, F is inversely proportional to the distance of the, F is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. That is, F is inversely proportional to R square. Let it be equation 2. If we will combine equation 1 and 2, we will get F is proportional to Q1 into Q2 divided by R square. We know that when this proportionality sign is eliminated, a constant is multiplied. This time the constant is equal to K. So F is equal to K into Q1 into Q2 divided by R square. This is called as mathematical form of Coulomb's law, which is very useful to solve various mathematical problems, various mathematical forms. So F equal to what? K into Q1 into Q2 divided by R square. This is called as scalar form of Coulomb's law. Scalar form of Coulomb's law. Because this expression gives us idea only about what is the magnitude of force that is acting between the two charges. From this expression, we can't guess what is the direction From this expression we can't gauge whether it is attractive or repulsive in nature. This expression doesn't give us any idea regarding the direction of force, but this force only gives us idea about what is the strength or what is the magnitude, what is the numerical value of the force that is acting between the two charges. So this is called as the mathematical formulation or the mathematical expression for Coulomb's law, or this is also called as scalar form of Coulomb's law. So in general we have to use F is equal to K Q1 Q2 divided by R square, where K is a constant of proportionality which is called as electrostatic force constant, which is called as electrostatic force constant. This electrostatic force constant depends on two things. One is, that is K depends on two things. What is what? One is system of units used for measurement, and second one is nature of the medium between the two charges. Nature of the medium between the charges. So the value of K depends on, K is called as electrostatic force constant. Its value depends on two things: whether the system of units which is used for measurement is a SI or CGS, and the second one is what is the nature of the medium that is present between the two charges. Okay, so first, if it is CGS system, if I am measuring in CGS system and in air or vacuum or free space, you can say air or vacuum or free space. For this the value of K is equal to 1. In short, you can say for a CGS system the value of K is equal to 1, that is valid for vacuum or free space. So value will be, so the value of the force will be F is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square. So as the value of K equal to 1, so F will be equal to Q1 Q2 divided by R square. If we are using CGS system but in any other medium, then the value of K is equal to 1 by epsilon R. This epsilon R is called as the relative permittivity or dielectric constant of the medium. We are going to study about this dielectric constant or relative permittivity in our next video. Here you have to only remember that K is equal to 1 by epsilon R, where epsilon R is called as the dielectric constant or relative permittivity. So the expression force will be equal to F equal to 1 by epsilon R into Q1 Q2 divided by R square. Now if the system is SI and the charges are placed in vacuum or free space, then the value of K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here epsilon naught is called as permittivity of free space. So the expression will be equal to F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q1 into Q2 divided by R square. And finally, if the system is SI and there is in any other medium rather than free space or vacuum, then the value of K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into epsilon R. So we can say F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into epsilon R into Q1 Q2 divided by R square. So these are the four different forms which are to be used depending upon various situations. Once again I am saying that here you have already concluded that the electrostatic force of attraction or repulsion between two point charges at rest is given by Coulomb's law. And what is Coulomb's law? Coulomb's law states that the force of attraction and repulsion between two charges depend upon three things. One is magnitude of charges present on the two objects, one is distance between the two charges, and the third one is what is the nature of medium which is present between the two charges. So Coulomb's law states that the electrostatic force of attraction and repulsion between two charges is directly proportional to the product of the magnitude of the charges. It is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So if we'll mathematically write, there are two charges having magnitude q1 and q2, and r is the distance between them. So you can say f is proportional to q1 q2, equation 1. F is inversely proportional to r square, that is equation 2. If we'll combine equation 1 and 2, we'll get f is proportional to q1 q2 by r square. And we know that when this proportionality sign is eliminated, a constant is multiplied, that is f equal to k into q1 q2 by r square. This is called as the mathematical formulation of Coulomb's law, or which is also called as scalar form of Coulomb's law. This formula is very much useful to solve various numericals. This is one of the most important formula. This is also called as general form. This is called as general form of Coulomb's law. Next, here is a k. K is a constant of proportionality, which is called as electrostatic force constant. But this value of k depends on two things. One is what is the system of units used for the measurement of the force, charges and distance, whether it is SI or CGS. And second one is, it also depends on the nature of the medium that is present between the two charges, whether they are placed in vacuum, air or free space, or they are placed in any other medium. So here we have four cases. We have four different cases. If the system of unit is CGS and the charges are placed in vacuum or free space, then the value of k is equal to 1. So the formula, this formula will reduce to f equal to q1 q2 by r square. Next, if the medium is CGS and if the unit is CGS, unit of measurement is CGS, and it is placed in any other medium rather than air, where epsilon r is called as the relative permittivity of the medium, then the value of k is equal to 1 by epsilon r. So f equal to 1 by epsilon r q1 q2 by r square, where epsilon r is called as relative permittivity or dielectric constant of the medium. Third, if the system is SI and the charges are placed in vacuum or free space, then the value of k is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So the formula will become f is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square. This formula is very, very important. Maximum numericals will be based on this formula, f equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. And finally, if the system is SI and the charges are placed in any other medium rather than vacuum or free space, then the value of k will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into epsilon r, where epsilon naught is called absolute permittivity of free space and epsilon r is called as the relative permittivity of the medium. So f is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into epsilon r into q1 q2 divided by r square. So depending upon various situation, whether the system is SI or CGS and whether the charges are placed in vacuum or in any other medium, we have to make use of this formula. Otherwise you can make use of this general formula, which is equal to f is equal to k into q1 q2 divided by r square. This is all about the scalar form of Coulomb's law. You have to remember of these formulas. These are the 5 formulas, but you have to always remember this general formula, that is f equal to k q1 q2 by r square. Next is, you have to remember this formula. This is very, very important because maximum numericals will be based on this formula, that is f equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square. In next videos I will tell you about what are the values of epsilon naught, how to put the values and how to solve the questions. Okay.